Yo, what's up, Juice? How you doing, dude? Yo, what's up, Jared? XGMM, what's up? First highlighted message. Let's go, Jared. I think Juice was first. How are we all doing today then? I do believe we're doing a restream, so we're actually streaming along Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Yo, what's up, Neo Plays? Over on YouTube, what's up, man? Yo, Falcon, what's up, Mood? Dude. Louis, what's up, dude? We're actually... Oh, I'll tell you what I need to do. I need to take the redemptions off because that... yeah. Let me just manage the rewards real quick. There we go. You want to see the light mode? Maybe in future. Yo, what's up, Grandoff? Pigeon, what's up, man? Juice Value over on YouTube. And Carlos, what's up, man? Yeah, we're actually restreaming it through all the platforms that we have. So if you don't like watching us on YouTube, you can come over to Twitter. Twitch, sorry, or Twitter. Either works. DJ Killer and Chocolate Slayer. Thank you for the follow, guys. We'll get to it shortly. Ah, what's up, Talmex? It's cool, huh? It's super confusing though. It is cool. It is cool. Right, I am gonna introduce you guys to Caleb if you haven't already. Right, Caleb, we are live.
Well, hello.
Oh,
What's
no,
up, Dan? What's up, chat?
The restreams logged me out for some reason.
Oh no, the chat.
Yeah.
You literally blew it up, Pigeon. You literally blew it up.
If I press back, it works. But yo, what's up, Vic?
What is up, chat?
Nico, what's up, man?
Yeah, we don't do the restream too often, but when we do, it's got to be a special occasion, right?
That's it. That's it. Right, let me just try and fix it my end.
Yeah, no worries. Well, we got in chat here. See Jared, Brandoff, Louis Peters. First time seeing Caleb. Oh boy, I don't know if you're missing anything.
Right.
Because it's against Twitch TOS for affiliates, yeah, we're not on that path to partnership. What's up, Juice?
There we go. We're working again. We're working.
Miguel, what's going on, man? Please,
Yo, what's up, Miguel?
Help a brother out.
You got a better solution.
You've been
Let's hear
playing
it.
too much Rush Royale? Oh, man. I can't even get over that game. That game is beyond fun. Let me check this out. Miguel, what you just sent. Oh, I know who developed this. This is from Andy. A good dude. Yeah, we'll have to look into this. It's really sweet. So Dan, what do you do in these parts? Like, first off, you're repping the gear.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking good. You're looking fresh.
I got my VBI theme lights on. I got my makeup on.
Okay, okay.
The lot.
Alright, go. What time is it over there for you?
It is just after 9 p.m. Super late. It feels super late, but it's like early hours for me still.
Okay.
You know how we do. That is Jared. That is. We have all the 3 lo-fi tracks looping. Yeah, what's up, Artix?
Love it. Yeah, it's only 2 o'clock here.
Early doors.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go out for groceries and all that good stuff tonight because we just keep getting all these warnings that we're about to have the craziest snowstorm in Denver since 1940 something.
Is it scary?
It looks weird right now. It's got a little bit of a weird color coming over the mountains.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're ready for it. Got some beer on deck. We're gonna survive this weekend. We're ready.
Yeah, as you can tell, guys, we are 8 hours apart. If you look outside my window, it's pitch black outside my window. Who is the non-streamer on screen?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, Robin. I mean, he's gonna have a
Robin's
DSLR
always calling
soon.
me out. This is true. It's true. I was showing Dan. I have the start of some of the gear. We have a lens. We have a memory card. We're getting there.
Awesome. Should we just kind of just jump straight into it?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm excited to chat with you. I feel like I'm Dan's #1 fan here on the channel. Always popping in here and trying to hype him up. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to interacting with Chad and just catching up on a chill Friday afternoon.
That's it, Pigeon. Wave mics. The only one. The only one to get. Vic with the hydrate. You got a drink there? So throughout this week, we've asked you guys to kind of provide us with a list of questions, and we've kind of sieved through some of them. And we've got a list here that we're going to slowly work through today. But if you also have any other questions that you'd like answered, feel free to kind of post it in the stream and we'll kind of take note. And hopefully we answer the questions within the questions we have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think the first thing on everyone's mind, since we are now with Elgato and Corsair, people want to know what your most used Stream Deck button is.
So there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna laugh at this, but
Okay.
my currently most used button, I have 2 of them. I have a button that tells me what freaking time it is in Germany. As you know, we work with a lot of people in Germany now on the Elgato team. So I got that button on there that tells me what time it is, and then I'm also keeping track of a number of stocks on here. I got it set up with the IQ profiles. That was really cool. So depending on my mood, got the whole IQ system routed up here, changed the vibes. But those are probably my most 2 used at the moment. But yeah, the time one is, like I said, it's undervalued.
Yeah, that's super interesting because I actually use all my stuff kind of linked with all my Elgato gear, so my lights mainly. I think that's probably my most used button. I don't even use my
Mm-hmm.
my room light anymore. I just kind of come over, turn it on, it lights up the whole room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that and the Philips Hue. I have that. We still need to get all of them set up. So we're going through the issue of in the house we have these integrated can lights, and so I'm not an electrician. I have no business messing with wires. So we need to hire someone to come out and actually install these things in the ceiling, and this
Yeah.
room would look far cooler. So I'm getting there. It's a
Are you
work in
gonna
progress.
be
Work in
RGB'd up,
progress.
or is it just gonna be like standard
Oh yeah,
lighting?
you
Oh yeah,
best believe. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I can't have people like Robin calling me out in the chat saying who's this non-streamer in here to show the RGBs rolling deep.
John, you should come in. You should come in. Say hello. Say hello to everyone. We're an open
Where's
channel.
John at?
Yo, what's up, Ambi? I want to hear Dan do an ooh sneeze. Maybe.
I can't come in here long. I got a meeting with some people.
Oh, this is
John's
hi,
like,
John.
I have important meetings.
All right, you know, none of us work besides these two guys. Just saying.
Good luck, John. Good
Yeah,
luck.
I got one question for Caleb before I leave.
What's that?
If you were to pick a pre-made package on the marketplace, what would be your top pick?
Plasma.
Plasma?
Plasma would be my top pick. I'm such a sucker for like the liquid, gooey RGB. That's my aesthetic.
Liquid
so
goo.
That's probably what I would go with.
Well, since this is a PG stream, I won't comment on that from our VidCon bunk room, hotel sharing, and our Twitch hotel room sharings.
Oh my god, that's enough, John. Bye, John.
Bye, John.
But yeah, have a good stream, have fun, and enjoy it, guys.
Good luck, John.
Ladies, good luck in your meeting. Yo, what's up? What's up, Ben? Straight into the next one, I guess. We're kind of going in the deep end here. Someone asked,
Wasting no time.
how big of a difference does using VBI's services make for streamers in terms of their appearance and professionalism on stream?
It's a really good question. One of the things that we are working on right now is if you've ever used any sort of software as a service or any sort of marketing application, one of the biggest things that you find from it is you get metrics on like how successful you were. So much like your Twitch summary, your Twitch dashboard, we tell you, you know, this is how successful your stream was. So why can't your design platform do the same thing? So if you were to implement, let's say the Plasma package, for example, and they're like, so how successful was my stream based on this new transition with my branding, whatever the case might be, then we'll be able to kind of take a look at that and go, oh, well, based on implementing Plasma, you were X%, you know, more successful in terms of follows or subscriptions, whatever you're trying to follow.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing in terms of like growth in general, I think that we're seeing between 30 to 40% increase in viewership and subscriptions on average for like our studio projects and even some of the marketplace products that we have as well. For a lot of people, it's just a literal instant upgrade. So it's been cool.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I feel like a lot of people when they're coming up, they don't kind of they underestimate the importance of having like a branding or just like starting off with a gold package from the store is.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good question there in the chat from Vic. Can you see that one? The highlighted one.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Can you give a little intro about yourself? How did VBI concept start? Did you ever think you'd be joining Elgato? That's a loaded one. A little intro about myself. I'm just a corn kid from Illinois, Central Illinois. I grew up primarily around computers. I went to college for digital forensics, and actually made a pivot right around like 2015, 2016. I was fortunate enough, got to work with the FBI. I got to do a lot of cool stuff around cybersecurity. But at the end of the day, that wasn't really what made me jump out of bed, made me, super passionate about work or whatever the case may be. I wanted to become more of a builder or an entrepreneur, a maker. And then that's kind of when VBI became really appealing. VBI was like actually off the cuffs of me being a failed day trader. I thought that I wanted to be a day trader and kind of do that for a living, and I was absolutely terrible at it. I'm too emotional for day trading. I wasn't good at it, and so I quickly threw that one in the garbage. So then it just started with the passive income through making overlays and whatnot, and listing them on marketplaces online, and waking up to like $3, $4, $5 in sales was like the coolest feeling ever. And so really started to chase that. And fast forward to today, we've got 50 folks located all around the world. So I hope that that kind of answers that portion of it. And the last thing from Vic was, did you ever think VBI would end up joining Elgato? Um, that's a good question. Like we have so much love, we always have, for the Elgato peeps over there. Miguel's in chat, met up a few times with him. And then everyone on the Elgato team has always been super supportive of what we've done for like the last 3-4 years. So I can't say that I'm too terribly surprised. We've always had a great relationship with them. And after chatting with their leadership and getting to know them a lot more, it's just absolutely made sense. So we're pretty thrilled to be a part of this.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. See, I didn't know that thing about you with the FBI. That's pretty cool. I kind of want to know a bit more about that.
Yeah, that's something I don't really talk about too much because first off, it feels kind of weird to even mention it, but I focused on digital forensics, so finding the bad guys on the internet is essentially what we
Wow.
did. So probably the most high profile thing I got to work on was Silk Road. If you haven't
Oh
heard
yeah.
of Silk Road, it's on the deep web of selling drugs, hiring hitmen, all sorts of terrible things, and trying to find out, who it was and getting more intel on that whole operation. So my team was involved in essentially getting a lot of intel and taking Dread Pirate Roberts offline. So but we turned a new leaf. I was much more interested in like the entrepreneur side of things and just building a company. Been the most rewarding thing ever, but you don't get much sleep, that's for sure.
Does it feel weird now owning VBI instead of the FBI?
I thought about that before. I'm like, we literally just switched one letter.
Yeah.
It's amazing how it comes full circle. And so when people are like, "Oh, Freeze, this is the VBI," I'm like, "Oh, it's so becoming, like knowing where this all started and whatnot." So unintentional, did not mean to make this a synonym for the initials or whatnot. But
It just worked.
I'll take it.
Where do you see yourself and VBI in the next 5 years?
We're trying to be just a platform for creators to inspire creators. Like when you think about when you want to get a better idea of what just some of the coolest things that's happening in stream design or just in broadcast in general when it comes to design, we want you to come to VBI, check out the blog, check out the new design ideas that we're trying out, or even the case studies. So we just want to, at the end of the day, be the biggest source of inspiration for aspiring designers, give them the resources, the tools, the platform in order to make a living off of what they do. So I say that's probably the biggest focus as we think about like the next 5 years.
Awesome. And for yourself?
For myself, I saw that ISO pigeons, and you're talking about GME. So I did. Throughout this has been my opportunity to get a little bit more into investing. Um, and so that's been fun. It makes the mornings a hell of a lot more interesting. Thankfully, I am out of GME. That was a roller coaster I could not wait to get off of at the top.
I saw you in the chat when it peaked. Did you get out at the peak, or just before?
Yes, just before the top of the peak, which I was still happy about.
I kind of broke even. I came in as it was like kind of going down. I think it was about 250. Then it went right down, and I cashed out again at 250. I was
It
like,
literally went
I got in and got out.
crash and burn. But yeah, that's a big focus for me is investing, and then just working with the team and providing more opportunity to creative. Like that's always been my driving force is how do we no matter where you're located in the world, how do we give more opportunities to people? So that's still a huge focus. And so I think that if someone thought that there's a ton of opportunity for VBI, whether you're on the team or a contractor or contributor working with us, we're about to like make that look like it was nothing. Excited about it.
Awesome.
Steggy says diamond hands, my man.
James asks, what's the favorite thing about yourself?
Oh God, what kind of question is that?
We're getting personal. We're getting personal.
My favorite thing about myself, I, for the most part, try to be pretty logical in terms of like leadership, making decisions, removing emotion from like almost all of my decisions. It takes a lot to get me pretty fired up and get me mad, which I think is probably a pretty good strength to have.
Oh, for sure. You've always been like quite a cool-headed person, really. I don't think I ever want to see angry Caleb, ever.
I really tried. My hair, oh James, now I'm losing my hair, if anything.
See, I've just started to do that. I asked Katie to cut my hair the other day, and she started cutting it. I was like, oh God, my hair's going, it's going bad. I'm gonna get to the point where I'm just gonna get. I know, like, because the sides grow out a little bit. So like, we tried to trim the sides, and I didn't realize how far back it went. I'm starting to recede super bad. I kind of just want to take it all off, but I don't want to commit too soon. Soon.
So you're too young for this.
Yeah.
You're way too young for this. Absolutely way too young.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, James. Wait till you go grey. Nah, I think we'll be fine. We could dye it.
Dan's gonna be at the salon every month.
Yeah. I've started to dye my beard now. It goes ginger. So I'm like, I'm getting rid of that. Start dying it.
You need to embrace it. Ooh,
I don't know. I ain't got the confidence for that yet.
With that setup, how could you not, Dan?
I'll take that into consideration next time. There's a couple of other questions, but I feel like you answered them with that big one that you had from Vic earlier. So I'm gonna kind of skim over that one a little bit. I know you're really into your books as well. You kind of preach about reading and just books in general. What are your top 3 books that you suggest people to either read or just in general? Like, what are your top few books?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got I'll drop a link here, but I have a digital book list. Feel free to check out that link. One of the books, I actually just subscribed to Audible, and so I'm listening to a book called Change, and Robin in the chat, maybe you're familiar with this, but they're just talking about was it H Day, when the whole country decided to change which side of the road people drive on, and it was something that happened like literally overnight. So just like reading about change in general, and it talks about a number of different topics with like whether it's H Day or politics or business. I think that change in general is just an interesting topic. So I'll have to put that one on my book list here. I don't think it's on here. Like I said, it's changes on Audible. That's what on my current rotation.
I was gonna say, do you prefer listening to a book being read? Because I feel like that'd be more my alley. Because I can't, for some reason, my brain can't focus on a bunch of words. So I feel like going through like the avenue of having someone talk the book to me would probably be a lot more hard hitting than just reading it. Is that your personal?
Yeah, it depends on
preference?
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm just walking the dog or getting ready in the morning, I'll just throw it on. But otherwise, sometimes there's something soothing about like just sitting on the couch and like not having your phone like going off and dinging. I mean, you could put it in airplane mode, but then there's just something distracting about being like 2 clicks away from Rush Royale, and then next thing I know, it's been 3 hours and I'm
Yeah.
screwed.
It's like TikTok. It's a loophole.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So one question I get asked a lot as well, and I'm wearing it currently, is people want to know if we ever going to do just some VBI merch that people can buy. And I never know how to answer that.
Yeah, it's a tricky question because you want to get like if people have love for your brand, you want to get that in their hands. It's more of a logistical issue. Like we have a lot of people overseas, for example. How do we deal with shipping? How do we work with a partner who has access to all those different markets? Then they're not charging $30-$40 to ship something overseas. So that's always been a huge challenge. We used to have merch. We had T-shirts, we had polos, we had hats, and they sold pretty decently. But it was just a total pain in the ass to ship those things.
Yeah.
Like it was just my fiance and I. Like we would go do this every weekend. So I think we're on. If we could find a merch partner that offers international support, that's something we'd entertain. But right now, no immediate plans to release any merch or anything along those lines.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Quite a
That's fair
challenge.
enough.
Because I mean, if you're in the U.S., it's easy peasy. It'll
Yeah.
cost us $5-$6 to ship it. But you start talking about the UK or anything else, it's just the total pain because no one wants to pay 30-40 some dollars to ship something. In fact, we had that with a giveaway recently where when Emily selected the winner, it was for someone, I can't remember if it was in Germany or the UK, but basically it cost more to ship it than it did the product itself. We were giving away a headset, and I think it cost like $150 or something like that to ship it. It's just absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. I'm like that even when I'm buying things online. As long as it's like, if it's cheaper than the product itself, I'm fine. But as soon as it goes over that mark, I'm just like, is it worth it? But yeah.
Yeah, that's the challenge. That is the challenge.
Appreciate
So,
the follows,
I don't know.
guys.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah, what's up, Tom? Capone TV, what's up? Someone said he recommends Stream Elements merch.
Can't say I've ever had any hands-on with it.
Do you guys have any tips for video editors that are just starting out when it comes to pricing? Pricing is I don't think I'm probably the best person to say about video editing, to be honest. I'm more on the graphic design side of things.
What are you worth per hour? I think that's the first question that people have to kind of answer and like be truthful with themselves. Like, what's my time worth per hour? And if your time is worth $5 an hour, then you're gonna have to pretty quickly jump up your prices here. And then what sort of materials or costs do you have that go into that? So do you have to go pay for a license, or you have Adobe subscription, and what does that come out to if you were to do 40-hour project? What does that divide out to. So I think that that's a really important place to start. And just general advice about pricing is most people think that they're going to lose their entire customer or fan base because they raise prices. And I can say with confidence that that is absolutely not the case. The folks that really support you and believe in your value will stick around and totally respect you for the move. So at the end of the day, if you're ever in doubt, you should definitely look at bumping up your prices and know your self-worth.
Yeah, for sure. Did you see that meme that was going around with the 50K and the 500?
I don't think I did.
Did you not? So
What was
like
that one about?
it was like it's like a conversation between someone who was commissioning someone for $500 and they were complaining about the price, this, that, and the other. Then someone was commissioned for 50,000. They're like, "Great, yeah, I've sent the money."
Yeah, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah,
We've seen that firsthand, especially with a lot of businesses. Like businesses, they're just trying to meet their KPIs. At the end of the day, they have business goals. So it's like either you help us accomplish that or you don't. If it costs us, 25 grand, 50 grand to do it, then it is what it is. We know we're going to get the return on it. But those are people that have really kind of calculated out the ROI for them. Makes sense.
who was one of the first recruits for VBI?
Spencer.
Spencer.
I got a quick question for you.
What's up,
Hi,
John?
How many retweets will it take for us to get the original impulse to create a marketplace product?
Oh, God.
301.
Oh, God. Yeah, let's go with 301. 301, easy. I'll take this weekend to make a... What should we call it? Should we do a stream package? Should I do like an alert widget? I've just been bursting with ideas here, guys. I'm
Just
such a
call
good
it.
designer.
Just call it Impulse.
Okay, I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, 301.
301 retweets. Okay.
Hopefully we get
Yep.
one. So
I was gonna say if we get one, I'm honestly happy. I'm happy with one.
too funny. All right, I'm out of here.
Ladies. So Talmax asks, any inspirations or things that motivate you every day?
Anything that motivates me every day. I think anyone who like consistently just gets shot down or just runs into a wall every single day and you still see them with like the motivation to keep going, like I'm not even talking about a specific vertical. Those are the people that just like inspire the hell out of me. And I think that one of the most high profile examples of that right now, and granted, I think there's probably a lot more to understand about him, but Beeple with the everyday the NFT that he just sold.
14 years?
What is it? Yeah, 14 years,
Jesus.
5,000 pieces, something like that. So he worked on this every
Yeah.
single day. And to really not have a whole lot of compensation that comes out of that. And then this whole NFT thing blows up, absolutely crazy. And I tweeted something last night that I think I read on a thread related to Beeple. And it was something along the lines of you have to be in the water to catch the wave. And if you think about that for Beeple, for example, how true is that? He's been doing this every single day for how many years? And he was in the right place at the right time. NFTs were born, and he just cashed out for $69 million through the Christie's auction. Like that.
Yeah, it's mental.
Hearing stories like that motivates me. Not so much the dollar figure, but just every single day, like knowing that your work doesn't necessarily have to pay off in the moment. I think that's probably the biggest struggle that our generation has is, I need instant results for the work I just did. And that's not true.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I understand that. James says, what's your favorite way to relax after a long day of work?
I'm gonna avoid my go-to answer of Rush Royale, but keep in mind that is one. That is one. We have a daily schedule, just walking the dog and getting him out, spending some time with him. Otherwise, I'll come back to my desk and I just got a new setup here. Obviously, we're in a new place. Got a new monitor, so I'm able to finally get in some games. Last night I just tried out Sea of Thieves, so ISO would be proud of me. I made it past the first mission, kind of figuring out all the controls and blowing stuff up with cannons and all that, so that was really cool. But yeah, I primarily just tried to kind of take some time to do a little bit of gaming and chilling with the family here.
Do you
I
have
know
like
that's kind of cliche.
Yeah, no, I totally get that though. I totally get that. Do you kind of live a very strict schedule when it comes to like even outside of work? Do you have a very strict schedule in that sense?
No.
So you just
No.
kind of whim it.
I mean, there's definitely some things that are off limits for me. Like unless the universe is burning down, I'm not going to take a client call or something, on the
Yeah.
weekends. That's kind of a work-life balance I like to draw. Otherwise, there's some days where, I'm get up super early and then I get done a little bit earlier in the day. Or there's other days like last night where I'm up till like midnight still working because I feel like I'm so far behind on my to-do list. So it really depends on the day. In terms of like personal stuff with the schedule, pretty chill about it. We're homebodies. We're not really big extroverts or anything like that. So, and of course, we're still in the middle of a pandemic, so we're pretty low key here.
Yeah. Kind of taking it back to what we were talking about a minute ago about NFTs. I know that we obviously have like some discussions in the staff channels about stuff like that, but what are your overall thoughts on the whole thing? Because I find it quite difficult to kind of. I feel like I jumped in at the deep end and not really researched much about it, but now like a lot of stuff's kind of coming to light about the negative effects it has, which has made me rethink a lot of how I see it. But I'd love to know your thoughts on it.
I think that NFTs, the concept itself, is absolutely amazing. I think that this is the digital version of Pokemon cards, essentially. So, like the NBA Top Shot collection, everything that's going on with crypto art, so on and so forth. I think that's absolutely amazing. Tons and tons of opportunity that are coming out of it. But to your point, what I don't like is the environmental impact that it has. And it seems kind of silly the amount of electricity that it costs in order to keep a piece of digital artwork validated by this one owner, the rightful owner of it.
Yeah.
So that's a huge turnoff for me. And I think I even went to the team like, hey, does VBI have a play in NFTs? Because I really want to get involved sooner than later. And ultimately, that was what turned me off. I'm like, I'm not too interested. And I was talking about it in the channel the other day, and to me, it's like the digital version of driving a Hummer H2 around town and never shifting out of first gear. Like it's terrible for the environment. It's terrible implications of it. But there's no doubt in my mind, though, that this has absolutely changed a lot of people's lives. But at what cost,
Yeah. I believe a lot of it is down to the cryptocurrency used, right? I'm not entirely sure. I'm still new to like all cryptocurrencies, but apparently Ethereum's super bad for having a bunch of negative side effects to it. So maybe in the future we'll see something a bit more like bit more environmentally friendly, I guess.
I hope so, because like I said, it's a huge opportunity for artists and collectors, and there's the whole ecosystem to it.
Yeah.
Even the platforms that are supporting this and making all this happen. So I love the concept of being able to like resell digital art, or even I'm seeing like NFT tweets now. The thought of doing that is really interesting, but I don't know. Time will tell.
Yeah, of
It'll
course.
be interesting to see where it goes.
So we had a guy on YouTube ask what we think about Fiverr. Do you want to take the stage here?
Yeah, absolutely. Fiverr itself, again, it's kind of similar to NFTs. At the core of it, super cool concept. I think if Fiverr took the time to invest, their creators or the folks that they're hiring to have on their platform, it would be 10 times more successful than it is today. And it's already pretty successful. The problem that we see a lot on VBI's end is folks that will go on to our marketplace, they'll buy a $30 template from us, and then they go on Fiverr and offer it as a service and pass it off as their own. So they'll go in and try to manipulate it to take off any watermarks or whatever the case may be. So there's a difference between kind of decompiling a package to better understand the techniques behind those things. And then there's the difference between like straight up ripping work and trying to pass it off as your own. So there's times where Fiverr is responsive to requests where we're like, hey, so and so is using our work, passing off as their own, profiting off of it, so on and so forth. For the most part, they're decent about taking it down, but it's like if you guys would just invest more in vetting your creators, you wouldn't have this problem spreading as rampantly as you see today.
Yeah, I think that's what it boils down to, really. Just the vetting process, I think. It needs to be a bit more harsh, I think. Or even just having
and even kind of going back to the question earlier about like what inspires us every day and what inspires me every day is like hearing those horror stories from Fiverr and the contributor model that we're building at VBI and working with creatives in the space. Like we just don't work with anyone. And I think that's something that Fiverr cannot say. They will literally take anyone and everyone who's willing to help make them money. And so we have a pretty fundamental difference there.
Yeah. So I know you kind of live by the saying of being 1% better each day, which is something that I've kind of started to adapt into my life. Like even if it just means me getting up and going, hey, I'm going to make the bed, or I'm going to do something different today. It's definitely super helpful, and I think people should definitely adopt that into their routine. Done as a natural talk show. Maybe in the future, Jared. You never know. We should get you on here.
We gotta get Jared on here.
Yeah,
exactly.
Everyone's got to be blessed with his voice.
Who has the better voice, Dan or Jared?
I think it's two different lanes. Can't compare.
You got the UK version and then the Florida version. Pros and cons here.
Oh, what's up, Luis? We don't speak Spanish, but I'm sure there's someone in chat that can translate if you need to. Come on, Jared, let's go.
The melted sexy drip.
What's up, Katie?
Anaquin asks, you recently joined Elgato. Can you guys get into a bit more of what that means for the future for you guys and the Elgato product? Good question. We have a lot of exciting stuff planned around hardware integration with BBI. So one of the things that we really struggle with is if you think about Apple, for example, and let's put aside whether or not you like Apple, you have to admit that they do a really, really good job of giving you like a physical unboxing experience with the product. So we've always aspired towards doing that, except on a digital scale as well. So as we further our integrations and get settled in our new home here, that's one thing that Elgato really shares with us. And if you've ever had the opportunity to unbox an Elgato product, you know that that is front and center for them as well. So how do we do that from a digital sense? And so whether it's more Stream Deck products, whether it's an opportunity to do something with green screens or new products that are coming up here soon, those are things that we're actively working on and get us super excited. So like I said, just think of like a digital slash physical marriage there, a product, and making it super easy to set up. And then outside of that, it's just having access to far more people than we ever have before. Getting help on, you know, the marketing side, the partnership side. It's just been really cool to have some of the greatest in the industry to kind of be behind you and offer that support. So we have a whole blog on it. I'm sure somebody in chat can link it, but talks about some of the integrations that we want to do, future plans, what's changing, what's not changing. So highly encourage you to check it out.
Someone also asked, this is a very heavy hitter, the meaning of life, or what gives you, let's rephrase that because that's quite broad. What gives you purpose?
Providing value. I think that can easily be summed up that way. If I'm not providing value, like I can't remember if I talked about this before, but if I haven't provided value for the day, it literally feels like the most unfulfilling day or week or whatever the case may be. Like that feeling eats away at me. So it can be providing value to my fiance, work, someone in the community, designer, whatever the case may be. Those are like the tidbits that really get me by every day.
Good answer. Good answer.
Ooh, you gotta
Yeah, no
replace
worries,
a water
Pigeon.
pump? Good luck. But I don't know. I'm hoping, got the new camera on the way, hoping to get into whether it's video content creation or streaming. I haven't really decided yet. I got to come up with a plan of attack for what I do in my spare time, but hoping I
Yeah.
can get more into that as well and hold myself accountable to doing that on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. It'd be nice to see you start like creating video content. That'd be nice. Even if it's almost like, I've heard of a guy called, he's called Big E. He does a lot of like vlog stuff about kind of his day-to-day stuff. Something like that, I think.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Perfectly suited for you, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Big E, that's goals. I don't think you're gonna catch me doing skits or anything like Big E. I'll leave that to him, but that dude is super talented.
Hell yeah. Vic's got a question there. I'm not entirely sure how it all went down, to be honest. About me
Dan
joining
is.
VBI.
Let's say Dan is such an OG that I'm trying to think. I know that it was a conversation likely between me, you, and Trey about getting picked up. And I think honestly came through the careers page, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Was it posting?
I can't even remember.
But yeah, that's honestly the best way to kind of get in the VBI ecosystem. And keep in mind, we receive a lot of applications. So if you haven't heard from us, you know, within 60 days, 90 days, feel free to apply again. Just bump to the top of our list. But we get a lot of people inbound. So obviously, I think the biggest given here is Dan is a damn rock star at what he does in terms of graphic design and keeping the VBI channel popping every single week is absolutely huge.
John. You love me really, John. We get a lot of people actually that pop in the streams and the restreams died again. We get people that pop into the stream and ask like if there's a certain criteria for let's say if someone's joining as a motion artist or a graphic artist, and I'm never sure what to answer. So I don't feel like there's a certain level that you've got to be. I feel like there's more to it than just that.
Yeah, it's like a overall picture. Like there's a ton of people out there that are incredibly talented, but they're not a good fit for VBI because, for example, I have a person in mind. I'm not going to call them out here in chat, but the person that I have in mind here is they're incredibly talented, but they really struggle to work in a team environment, or their communication skills are not the strongest. And so if you see them having a spat with someone on Twitter, or you constantly see their name come up involved in like all this drama and all this nonsense, chances are it's probably not going to be a good fit for someone internally. And so again, they have to be pretty well rounded. We want someone who's a good communicator. We're not looking for someone who's trying to be the star of the show and a solo artist. Yeah. Beyonce, you know, of the design community, because I think they'll find different opportunities to shine.
VIB, sorry, they chuckled a little bit. VIP.
If we rebranded, what would we rebrand to? That is a question.
Oh, that's a difficult one.
PZ. The world will only know soon what those two letters mean. So do people that want to join VBI as a designer have to be located in the US, or do you guys recruit from all over the world? We work with a superstar of a platform called Deal. And so this allows us to recruit folks from all over the world. So location does not matter to us. And I think that's honestly one of VBI's biggest strengths, is not being forced to pick out of a certain geographical location. So we're not just limited to the US, for example. We have teammates in over 15 different countries. So I think that's incredibly important to remember. We want to give opportunities to everyone, no matter where you're located. I think about the only country or region we don't have on the team currently is like in the Asia, APAC sort of region. I'm trying to think, we had, been a few years back, but we had a gentleman from Singapore. But I think that was the only person we've ever had in the region. So we need some good APAC talent. And then Aussies, exactly.
We do have a big Brazilian squad, don't we?
Mm-hmm. We do. We're up to 6 people now. And
to be fair, the UK is growing as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, UK is giving the US a run for its money, which you love to see. And it allows us to kind of move towards this goal of like never closing, essentially. Like where you always have folks around the clock. So
yeah,
soon we'll get there.
Soon. How do we balance custom work with creating packages for the VBI store?
Good question. I think that was from
Wes over on YouTube. Yeah,
appreciate that. we had to learn the hard way. We were trying to balance a number of teammates that were both on custom design projects and the marketplace side of things. And it kind of forced us to have an uncomfortable conversation of like, look, we really have to divide out these teams, um, to continue sharing resources every single day between these two teams is really, really challenging. So we made a pretty recent effort or initiative within the team to kind of separate focuses. So, yeah, for Dan, for example, sure, there's times every now and then where Dan will go and need to focus on a studio project or whatever the case may be. But primarily, we want Dan focused on the stream and the marketplace and those sort of things. So, not everyone has that luxury. So, Wes, to kind of bring your question full circle, if you can't do that, I would say that you need to kind of slot out different days of the week. So maybe you go, man, on Thursday and Friday towards the second end of the or half of the week, that's when I feel most creative, or that's when my right or left brain, however it works. Maybe you slot that out for custom design work. So I think it's about that's where having a schedule really, really comes into play.
Good answer. I believe that's all my questions that I had on my notepad. So if anyone has any in chat, feel free to send them over. I think the stream's lagging for me, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether it's just my side.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I think it takes a little bit for it to come in.
If you wanted to request a custom order, what are the main items I should include on my request?
God, Dan, you know what happens if we get this question wrong, right? if we get this question wrong, I think that we're gonna have someone show up at our door. But the most common thing that we get in terms of custom design requests, get a lot of spammy, really non-informative requests coming our way. So we really, really enjoy the people that, whether they link a Google Doc or Word doc, whatever the case may be, they've kind of had the chance to spend some time thinking about their brand and how someone feels or how they should feel when they come into their channel, whatever the case may be, the vision for it. Those are requests that we're always going to prioritize. I can tell you the ones that are going to get an insta delete is the ones that say, make my overlay look like dope, pop, make it look like Lachlan's, make it reactive. Chances are, if you've spent longer or you spent as much time as a tweet on your design request, it's probably not going to get pushed through. So you definitely want to spend some time investing into that. And yeah, this isn't a fast food restaurant. You're not getting the Courage special for $400. Those will kindly find their way into the appropriate bin.
What's been our favorite project or projects that we've worked on? I have my favorite, but I think I'm biased. So
I'm gonna say, what is it, Dan?
my favorite one's Jess's project. I think that was my first. That was like my first VIP project to work on, as well as Miguel's.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite.
What was the things that stood out on those projects? Like, why did you enjoy those so much over the others?
Just kind of dedicating a bit more time to the project itself and kind of testing the waters of completely new things. So I believe we went over it in the project spotlight we did. We went over like the whole transition of how the scenes kind of move seamlessly between each scene, especially for like the starting soon screen and things like that, and having all like the interactive elements and the widgets, and stuff like that. I thought that was super awesome.
Yeah, love it. Yep, and then Corey was on that one as well. He's absolutely killed it.
What's your favorite that we've done?
No, man, you can't do that. God. There's just so many different verticals to it. And I'm not saying that because I'm afraid of picking a favorite or anything like that. There's just so many different objectives with each project. I'm even talking about marketplace. I'm talking about website projects we've done. I can tell you the ones that get me the least amount excited, and those are the projects or the clients that we work with just to get the job done. Like, I absolutely hate those projects. So speaking to the studio side of things, if someone says, "Oh, I want to work with VBI, they're the best," cool, appreciate the compliment. That's humbling. But then they really don't want to be involved whatsoever with the creative process, and their only goal is to check in and be like, "Hey, is it done yet?" They're like, "Well, don't you want to see like what it looks like? Talk about your goals, talk about your audience." Like, nah, I just want to know when it's done. Like, those don't get us excited whatsoever. I would vouch to say that those are top 3, probably some of the worst projects to work on. And then the same goes for any website or marketplace work we do. Like, if we don't have a clear purpose or persona to really create for, those projects aren't exciting to me either. I think having a clear use case and like someone or this persona in mind to design for, like, that's where the magic really happens.
Awesome.
Jared, did you just make it rain on me? I think Jared just like my answer.
I just heard some trumpets. Then it said, "Is it done yet?" And that was it.
Yeah, those are also the worst. Yeah, I'm looking at the Restream chat and I don't get the context. Like, I just saw Jared cheering 100 bits and I didn't see the actual message to it.
Oh, John's here.
Oh, hello, John.
I lost sound on the Twitch thing, but it's just me. For some reason, like, all my Twitch channels don't have sound. I don't know why.
That's weird.
Well, the stuff that we did for Nade Shot, yeah. Well, which one? Which Nade Shot project? There's a few of them.
Yo, what's up, Dylan?
Yeah, I got a giveaway question for everybody in the chat right now.
What's that?
Get a free marketplace code if somebody can answer this correctly. Who was the first VIP client for VBI? See if anybody gets this correct.
Courage?
Close, but it's actually a trick question. Very close, but not Courage.
Caleb.
I'll give a hint. His name was mentioned in the chat already.
I can't think.
ISO.
Man, you guys call yourselves VBI fans. Yeah, official got it though. LMNO official. It was Nade Shot, yes.
Yeah, why don't you give us some context on that? Where you took that call, how you were feeling when you had that call.
So Nade Shot reached out to us 2018 of October. My wife and I took a trip. We were doing a Europe trip, and the first time in Europe, and we decided to visit lovely Munich, Germany, and we were there for Oktoberfest. I had to do our first VIP call with Nade Shot at 2 a.m. Munich time, and I was drunk like no other from
It was the
Oktoberfest.
witching hour.
It was. I'm surprised he moved forward with the project. And it also could explain why we did Nadeshot's first package. We did the whole package in 1 week. And that killed our team. And because I probably don't remember saying 1 week. But yeah, and that's how it all started. Is with Nadeshot, and then Courage followed after, and just took it from there. So I mean, you know, we have a great team, but you know, definitely owe a lot to those two guys. You know, what they built over 100 Thieves is insane, but giving us a shot and a chance was awesome. Valkyrie was recent. Yeah, Valkyrie was last year. You know, but you know, we do a lot of the 100 Thieves. We recently did 100 Thieves Hiko as well. You know, a little teaser. Stay tuned to next week. There's another 100 Thieves member about to launch, so you know, it's going to be a lot of fun. Josh OG after Valkyrie? We did Josh OG before Valkyrie. Yeah. Lulu was after Valkyrie, yes.
Yeah, it becomes a blur at some point.
I can probably list almost every single design, every single client we've worked with in chronological order, probably.
They were not all taken at Oktoberfest, those calls.
No. Only Nadeshot got to enjoy that glory.
Poor guy.
But you know, we had a little blast. You know, let's not talk about Caleb and I meeting the mob in person for the first time. That was interesting. We somehow like to meet a lot of the 100 Thieves guys in person for the first time at parties or you know, intoxicated.
I think that just goes to show what the LA culture is like on the weekend. You run into a lot of familiar faces. We were at a place called, what was it, 8-Bit Circus in LA. Which if you've ever been to like a Dave and Buster's, it's kind of like that, but more upscale. And yeah, we ran into that was like our 4th or 5th time meeting Jack, and bought us a few rounds of tequila shots, and then later met the mob, and that was just embarrassing on all accounts. But yeah, never a dull moment when we're out there. LMO goes, join the stream after submitting a custom order, and you won a giveaway. Life is good. Life is good. What's your beer? My beer, anything sour. John, I don't know. Are you still on the Cascade wave? Would you still drink that?
Dude, that Manhattan I would drink in a heartbeat. We chugged that bottle like crazy.
Yeah, there's a brewery out of Portland called Cascade, and they do pretty much all bourbon barrel aged sours. That's probably my favorite beer in the world. Like, I could literally drink anything of theirs, but they don't really do a lot of just distribution outside of Portland. If you find a bottle of Cascade, consider yourself very lucky. You should pick it up. But otherwise, I'm just rolling with what we have here at the Total Wine. Representing Illinois, I've been on a lot of Distill. So Distill is a brewery out of Bloomington, Illinois. And they do a lot of sours. And when I first saw them, like, really, my hometown is going to try sours. This can't be any good. It's actually really decent. If you ever see that, it's also good. And they do a lot of distribution outside of Illinois.
I think we can wrap it up. I have one question before we go for both of you guys. If you could give, in a sentence or less, words of wisdom to everyone in the chat, what would you say?
Go for it, John.
No, this ain't my Q&A, man. What is this? I'm just here to hijack the thing. Put me on the spot? What is this?
John says, never stop hyping.
About to say, wisdom, I mean, some words of wisdom would be just never give up. Never give up on your dream. I mean, super simple,
That was
super cheesy.
literally mine.
Yeah, I
Never
mean,
don't
but
give
it's
up.
true. Yeah, just don't give up. I mean, just the reason what I'll go in just a little bit on where that comes into. You know, I'm 36 years old. I'm an old man. I'm one of the old guys in VBI, and I've been in this industry for 20 years. And I mean, I stopped when I was younger, and then I just got back into it. But you know, definitely just don't give up. You know, it takes a bit to get where you want to go. You know, a lot of people want to get into it super quick, but you know, just don't give up. Keep working, keep learning, keep exceeding, and you'll get there.
Yep.
I like that. I like that.
People. John just summarized people. On my end, I would say I actually just had a one-on-one with someone from the VBI team today, and my words of wisdom to this person was, don't compare your progress to anyone else. Like where you're at in your journey, some people achieve that, you know, at a young age. Some people take longer, and it's kind of, to John's point as well, somewhat overlaps. But just because someone made the 30 under 30 Forbes list or whatever, and then you accomplished that at age 31, 32, like, that doesn't mean anything. These lists are so arbitrary, and I think that when you start comparing your progress with other people, the comparison becomes the ultimate thief of joy, and you can't actually enjoy the moment. So whatever it is you're doing, do it for you. Don't do it for anyone else. Don't compare yourself. And to John's point, it was actually what I was going to say as well. Is there's so many times where you just feel like quitting, or like things get hard, and I think you have to almost kind of have a personal vendetta against quitting. Like, if you just ride it out and see how long you can do something, I think you would be amazed at where you can get in life. If anything, VBI is the perfect example of that. I mean, we almost threw in the towel how many times, and here we are, part of the Elgato family. So I think there's a lot to say for that.
Perfect answers. Perfect. Right,
Thanks, man.
we're gonna
You had so much love on that.
wrap it up here. Hope you guys have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday.
Thanks, chat. Appreciate you.
See you later, guys.
Bye, everyone.